Tell you what's changed right now. In a different field, different lane right now. Now I'm in the murk, switching lanes right now. Passive income getting paid right now. Used to roll around with sinners, bulldozers and killers. Now we focused on figures. 3-course meals for dinners. 5-star suites and villas. Now the swag hit different. Cause the bag is different.
This can't come out.
What, do you believe you're materialistic?
No, I'm not.
You think you're not?
I'm not materialistic.
Are you sure?
No.
Why did you put on a different voice when you...
No, I'm not.
Okay, that's interesting, isn't it? Not that I'm saying that I don't...
Do you think I'm materialistic? Since you've known me ever in life.
No, I feel like you're someone that likes nice things.
But do I seek it out like as my... Like, this is what I'm...
How many broke people have you dated?
More than I should have.
Have you dated more rich people than broke people?
I would say it's 50-50. But to be honest...
And which one do you prefer?
Oh, if you date up, then that brings problems of its own because then they got like bipolar. They might have multiple wives.
Well, so if you've got money, you're more likely to be bipolar.
You've got some condition, like something that you're managing through medication, which I don't want parts of. Like your lifestyle's going to be a bit different. But then if you date down, then that's hard because is it like, I don't mind the circumstantial. That's one thing, I'm not shallow in terms of...
you don't mind circumstantial brokenness?
Yeah, like circumstantial, but it's about your character. Are you ambitious? Do you have plans? But also, are you smart? Because I was dating a guy once and I realised his situation was because he doesn't have life skills. Like you're going to do your shop daily in Sainsbury's local. Like that's immediately... You're adding 10 pence on every item that you're buying. Like, logically, you shouldn't be doing that. And then
daily
like,
as well,
the options that you're doing, like he had some things to do, I don't know, like HMRC, certain things. And it's like, you're doing it in the most expensive way when there's a direct route. We've got gov.uk and you're doing alternative channels. Like, you don't have life skills. Like, there was more than that, but I thought
Did you pull him up on it?
I observed.
Oh, so you didn't help him out? Like, hey, do you reckon you can just do that instead?
Are we allowed to do that as women?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want to do.
Does that hurt the ego?
I mean, like, if you could make somebody's life easier, it'd be nice to suggest it.
I mean, maybe I did. I can't remember.
Oh, anyway, let's start. Okay,
yeah, cool.
Sweet. Welcome, Kristin.
Hi.
Now, this is called This Can't Come Out. Now, obviously, you're one of the first people to come on.
Yeah.
But that was when it literally wasn't coming out. Now, you know what's going to happen anyway, but just to let you know what's happening, we have beautiful, unfiltered conversations.
Yep.
Now, the issue with that is we say some things that we probably don't want the world to know about. And for that very reason, I send it to you first and foremost. And then anything you do not want inside of this, we will delete and take out.
This can't come out.
Beautiful. Now, how I like to start is, how do we know one another?
Ooh.
Which is interesting because I don't think I know. I know where it's likely to be from, but I don't know. Yeah, because obviously you went to Brunel.
Yeah.
But we didn't have a Brunel relationship.
Did you go to Brunel?
That's what I'm saying, you see?
You didn't go to
I did go to Brunel, innit? Yeah.
And that means you're in the year above.
Yeah. But I went for 1 year, innit, and then I left, but I was still living around Brunel.
If you went for 1 year, by the time I got there, you wouldn't have even been...
But I was living in the area second year. So I still moved into the apartment and went to a different university. And obviously I know that you're Tori's friend.
Yeah.
But I don't think I really interacted with you in Brunel per se, yeah.
So I have no idea either. I have no idea.
Interesting, isn't it? Yeah. What I do remember is when you were going out with, what's it called? Yeah, which I'll beep the name out, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remember I definitely knew you during that period.
Right.
Because I think you were dating and stuff, and then you got flowers or something. And then I remember, I didn't know if you received flowers. I didn't think I knew the time.
On Instagram?
Or something. And like
that was Instagram like 2011, 2012, like brand new Instagram.
Yeah, and I remember looking at the flowers and laughing at the flowers and stuff, isn't it? But obviously I didn't know it was the time. I think I found out externally, that you were kind of a signed person at the time, innit?
Signed person.
Yeah, signed person. Yeah, well, yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, interesting. But you were hot property in Brunel. I remember that at one point.
That's crazy.
Well, you don't remember being hot property?
No. The thing is, I don't know about that because I maintain the fact that I don't think I understood how university worked.
How did university work? That'd be nice.
Like, people were hooking up. Like, I really value guys' friendship to this day. So back in uni, obviously there's like guys, I guess they're cute, whatever, they were cute. Like, but I just wanted to be their friend. I really wanted to just be their friend. So I'll be like, yeah, like PlayStation, like all of this stuff. I just want to be your friend. So I don't understand like what the hot property is because I thought that we were all friends. Do you get what I mean?
Well, guys moving to you, but you didn't realise.
Maybe. That must be it.
Oh, so they were coming to play PlayStation with you like 3 a.m. in the morning?
I don't think it was like come and play PlayStation. No, I don't even think I played. I think I even had an Xbox. I don't think it was PlayStation.
Did you live on campus?
Yeah.
Is it what halls? Mill Hall?
Fleming.
Oh, wow.
Fleming.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Fleming for the first year. And second year, I commuted from Croydon.
Oh, Lord.
I commuted from Croydon and then...
Were you driving?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was like an hour 25.
Were you driving a Mini at one point?
Yeah, I had a Mini.
Mini Cooper?
Yeah.
Interesting. Shoshana also drove that car as well, which is, yeah.
I like her a lot. I can't remember. I think I had a Mini, but then I had I must have had the Mini second because I had a little, like a Peugeot 206 two-door. That was when I was in second year. So then I must have got the Mini in third year. I don't know. I don't remember.
But anyway, you were commuting to university. Now, did you have a university romance?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said. I only found out after.
Wait, where did you meet anyway then?
Oh, that wasn't... The thing is...
That was after university.
Let's take a little tour down memory lane.
Okay, cool.
So, I think in second or third year, one of the years, I remember seeing him in the library and I was like, oh my God, he's cute. All of that.
Oh, wow,
stuff.
okay.
But then I don't think we spoke at uni at all. It's only after I left uni or like nothing happened at uni. There was no conversation. Actually, I remember... he saw me with some guy. Sorry, I'm laughing because this is so funny. He saw me with some guy getting into the elevator, going to my room. This was in third year. Oh, but wow. It wasn't like, even with that guy, it wasn't even like that.
Which guy is that? I have interest. I'll cut it out.
Some Trinidadian.
Okay.
Anyway.
How do you know him? He lived in university.
He must have been a friend of a friend.
Okay.
I don't think he went to that uni. I think he was a friend of a friend. Anyway. And I remember after that, he was just like, I remember seeing you with that guy. And he was just like, oh, this guy's like not even on my level. Like, what's she do with that guy? But literally nothing happened in uni. It all happened kind of like after. So
okay.
I don't really know what the timeline is. All I know is that I didn't know about this hot property business because I was everyone's friend.
Yeah, and also basically, I remember before I even met your sister was known to be a hot girl as well, innit?
And still a hot girl.
And your what was it? And your mum as well. Obviously, you know how I feel about your mother, isn't it? Yeah. And
when I post her, she gets more likes than I ever get.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy? Like, it's such a beautiful vibe. I feel like it does you justice as well because it's like, oh my God. That's her mother, which means that there's going to be longevity in you as well, isn't it?
No, it's crazy. But yeah. No, I mean, she looks after herself. And as you said, genes.
What did she do? Does she go gym a lot as well?
She doesn't, you know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she doesn't. But she's one of those people that are very active. She's got the unseen exercise. Like, she's up and down. She'll go in she'll be like, I need to go in the loft. She'll be up in the loft 7 times. There's no...
And you don't help her?
Yeah, she gets help.
Okay, yeah.
But she's more nimble and quicker, and yeah, she will just do it before you can even...
Wait, and she's a nursery owner?
She used to be. She closed the nursery now.
No!
Closed.
Wow!
2022, I'm going to say.
Oh, wow.
It to be a lot for her. Like, I saw you had some girls who ran.
Yeah.
And I thought they gave really honest perspective, actually, of what it's like. And I was like, hats off to them because... It's not easy to run a nursery, especially dealing with people who, like, not saying it's a low, they don't really have the qualifications, but it's hard to get people that with those qualifications are actually staffing is so hard.
Yeah.
And then the margins as well. I can't remember if they were talking about the margins of it all. But
yeah, they're thinking that they should be paid more.
Yeah, because you get pennies an hour.
But the public are thinking, fuck's sake, these costs are too high, innit?
Because the government needs to supplement it, because there's no way that the government can say, okay, for a toddler, you're going to get £3 or £4 an hour, whatever it is now. And then for a baby, you get, you don't even get anything for babies, really. It starts at 2. So, I don't know. It's hard. It was hard for her. Staffing, running it the way she wanted to run it. She just said, I think now's the time to cash out. And I think that's...
But what's she doing now? Did she sell it or did she close it down?
She closed it down and sold the property.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But what am I saying? And so obviously, because she's a businesswoman, like, what's she doing now then?
She is now, like, teaching.
Oh, wow.
Loves. So she's gone back into school. She's doing, like, contracts. So
nursery?
Term contracts. And then she's with year 1 at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Does all of primary
school, okay.
Primary school teacher. But she found it hard, like, going back, because obviously when...
Being your own boss, doing it,
And she doesn't
fucking hell, man.
Why are they asking me questions? Like, why are they... But she likes it because she loves the kids, and she's always loved the kids, and the kids draw her pictures and she sends it to us like, oh, look, they've drawn me a picture. Like, how lovely is this? But she's not planning to do it for very long. My sister, obviously my beautiful nephew, so she wants to take some time to, like, look after him. And
oh, wow, okay.
Hands on there. But until she retires, which I think is like 3 to 5 years, I think she said, she's just going to do the contract.
What, she's just retiring herself? Because I know 9 times out of 10, what tends to happen is people are paying into, like, some sort of a pension.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think she's got a few, but I think she can get it when she's 60. So
oh, wow, she's still a young buck, boy. Anyway. If I could put a picture so people can see what... I won't, but I'm just saying, innit? Yeah, your mum looks amazing. Last time I checked anyway. But, yeah, funny enough, because I was speaking to Kristin the other day.
Kristin.
Now,
I love Kristin.
Kristin said something. Me and Kristin were having, like, a long conversation. And it was about the amount of girls that I know personally that are good-looking girls, like, nice jobs, beautiful, I think good looking, that kind of covers that as well. As in, like, lovely girls that are single.
Normal, yeah.
Now, why, in your opinion, why are you single?
I have no idea. I don't know. I'm someone, I feel like not saying things shouldn't be difficult, but especially in the early stages, it's got to be easy. You can't be fighting against the grain. And I'm such an easygoing person that... Okay, there's 2 theories, actually. I'm an easygoing person, so I feel like I'm not really going to put myself in a situation where it's not easy. And I haven't really found that kind of vibe where it just flows, unfortunately. I don't know, for whatever reason. It's funny, though, because I read my birth chart, like, years ago, and it was like, you're going to find love in later life. And I was like, okay, I don't know if I want to take that, but fair, if that's what they think. Who knows? Who knows what's for you? And that's another thing. I'm like, you don't know what's for you. You don't know if you're supposed to be with someone now. You don't know if you're supposed to, adopt children or like, I don't know. I have no idea why I'm single. I have no idea.
Are you, because this is what I get all the time. Do you think you're intentional?
Intentional?
Yeah. Because that's why I get accused of being.
No, do you know?
Like, not intentional.
Where do I meet people?
Do you meet people?
Not really. I would say not really. But then am I outside?
How many dates have you been on this year?
Okay, so I am, this can't come out.
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
See, with that, now you've come back to the intentional question. I would say, yes, I am intentionally dating, but you have to go by what the other person's saying as well. No,
but if you're being intentional, apparently anyway, this is why I hear, if you're being intentional and they are not being intentional, then you're not being intentional.
Yes, exactly. So I am now being intentionally outside.
Okay. To meet people. Okay, yeah.
To be further intentional, because I feel like, you got to be outside. You got to be in a place where you can meet someone to meet them. But generally speaking, I don't know why I'm single. And there's so many, I have so many female friends as well that are single. Dating, yes, but like just not, like haven't found their person or whatever.
But also,
you can't force these things.
Also, how do you feel about the fact that, because I don't know what's going on, but it's almost like the fact that you haven't got children as well.
Yeah.
As in, there's a weird thing that seems to be happening here where the ones that haven't got children were almost being ostracized for not having them.
Yeah. I feel like it might be getting to that point as well. Because I went on a date and the guy was like, you don't have children? Or like, you've never been married? Because I think he was divorced or something. And he was like...
Has he got kids?
No, he doesn't have kids. Yeah. But he's like, I've been married. What have you been doing? I've been out here trying just like everybody else. It just hasn't happened. Like, I don't know. But I don't think you can force those things.
Have you been in love before?
I don't know.
Interesting.
So because I say I don't know, I'm going to say no.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to say no.
Wait, are you a crier?
Really?
When's the last time you cried? I love asking that question.
Today...
You said you were about to cry, did you actually?
My eyes were welling. I didn't cry, otherwise I would have put makeup.
So when's the last time you had a real one, a real cry?
Oh, okay. Right, let's get into this. So I had a cry about 2 months ago, maybe 3. And I'll tell you why. It's hormones, okay? Let's talk about this for the women. Hormones are the worst thing ever. So... I think I was off work because I wasn't feeling well. And one of my colleagues, who is a man and is a lovely man, like family man, whatever, he just sent me a message like, hi, I saw you were off work today. Are you okay? I just burst out crying.
What?
Burst out crying. And I was like, just couldn't stop. And then I called my friend, my best friend. You know her, Remy.
Oh, yeah. Remy and Coco.
Remy. And she was like, Kristin, what? And I was like, oh, he's just so nice. I just didn't expect it. I was just crying for no reason. That was the last time I had a proper cry.
Oh, wow. When was the last time you had like an emotional one, like an actual, that wasn't hormone-based, you reckon?
No, I don't really cry for stuff like that.
Has a guy ever made you cry before?
I have cried, yeah.
Is it? Or there's one particular one?
However, upon reflection, I feel like I shouldn't have cried.
Why did you cry?
Silly.
Why did you cry?
Why did I cry? Because, things didn't work out or they behaved in a way that was very upsetting to me. Mm-hmm. And I just felt like that was the only way that I could express my emotions by crying. But generally, I've grown up with like, don't waste your eye water.
Don't waste your eye water.
Don't need to cry about that. Like things could be worse or whatever. So... No.
In your like day in history, do you have like any regrets? Do you feel like there's like obviously because you're single now? I know, for instance, what a lot of my friends levy at me is, oh damn, you know so many girls, isn't it? Like,
yeah. What's going on with you though?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Because you know genuinely a lot of people.
Yeah, but I feel like sometimes that could be a curse, isn't it?
Why?
Because it's like, oh, everyone's amazing, isn't it? What the fuck do I do?
Everyone's amazing?
Yeah.
So you're basically saying you can't choose because you're spoiled for choice. Is that what you're saying?
Not that I'm spoiled for choice, but I'm just saying, how does one differentiate who's to actually go for? You know? And then it's like, now I'm asking, what am I actually choosing? Like, I don't even know what am I choosing. Am I choosing the one I find the most attractive? The one that I feel is
this is another thing. Like, now that I'm getting older, I don't think I have... Going back to your question, I don't think I've fumbled or like had things that I'm like, the one that got away. Mm-hmm. Oh God, now I've lost my train of thought. Go back to your part. What were you saying a minute ago? How do you choose, right? And I can't remember.
Fumbled, got away. What am I looking for? The most beautiful person? Yeah?
Yes. You're like, do you go for the pengest person? No, you don't go for the pengest person. You got to go for the person that you can actually sit down with and reason with and have a conversation with long term. Like if you bring them something, are you going to feel alone with that person?
But my issue with that is, and I've got this with loads of girls, some of these girls are so amazing that's like, we actually have a good friendship, innit? So it's like...
But that's good.
Why can't we just have a friendship?
I agree with that. I do agree. But do you want children? Do you want a family?
Yeah, I do.
So then you're going to have to...
Yeah, so I'm saying in terms, so what should I just fuck one of my friends?
Well, no, you're going to have to do the work to get it from a slightly more friendship vibe to get it to a...
And that's another thing I'm realising as well. They're saying girls, and I don't know, and definitely some of it is definitely me, that I friend zone them so much that there's almost zero sexual chemistry.
Why do you friend zone them though?
Because you know what's crazy? Because I like knowing girls, innit?
You like the energy of girls?
No, I definitely like the female energy. Obviously, I'm a guy, so I prefer being around girls than I do guys. But also, I feel as though I like to know somebody. Mm-hmm. And certain times, this attraction game that guys and girls play in terms of everyone in dating, everyone seems to be putting their best foot forward. So it's like when you come and you're just cool. You're just existing around each other, and I've got like a zero judgment vibe about me. I speak to someone, I know all their flaws. I feel like that is the best position to actually know who somebody is when they're not trying to impress you. But by the time you do that, then you're friends with the person, innit? Yeah. And then it's like, well, we're already friends, innit? Why ruin it?
You're supposed to take that and then build on that note. I'm saying this like I've been in a relationship for 20 years. I've been in a 20-year marriage. But like, I personally feel you got to be friends first.
Mm-hmm. Well, so do you recommend being friends with someone and then...
If you can. Uh-huh. But oftentimes, if you're friends with someone, you're not attracted to them. That's why you're friends with them.
You reckon that's why?
Maybe that's different for guys. But
I feel like most of my female friendships are girls I've moved to that didn't work out. So I might as well be friends, isn't it?
So then there you go, try it. Because the window's there. You got the opportunity. But it depends on what you want. As people are saying to you, are you being intentional?
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you a question.
Right.
How does one be intentional?
I think...
Because you said you're going out.
Yes, because I realised maybe I'm not being as intentional. So you need to hold your boundaries, but...
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
But that can't come out also. But...
Okay. How are you being intentional?
Boundaries.
Oh, okay.
Boundaries. You've got to use your boundaries. Like, if you're dating someone and they're like, oh, I'm gonna, think about moving country. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, you can't waste any more time. You have to say goodbye. Uh-huh. They could be a lovely person, but intentionality is that you leave them.
What if they stay after you've said that? Then
exactly, that's fine. So that you're kind of in that no territory where you're going back outside, but they could also be a really lovely person, but you know that's not for you ultimately. All of those sorts of things, like enforcing your boundaries, time. I was talking to my sister the other day and she was like my youngest one, now in the dating sphere. And
oh, sorry, I thought you were pointing at me.
If a guy hasn't asked you to be their girlfriend in 2 months, then that's a hard limit for her now.
Yeah, that's easy to say if you don't like the guy. If you like the guy...
But if you like him...
If you like the guy, you're staying there as long as possible.
Yeah, but then is that intentional?
It's not being intentional.
I think if you are intentional, you could, like, everybody who's single right now, if you're intentional, you could actually get someone in the next 6 months. But you've got to be intentional.
Yeah, I feel like I can definitely get somebody right now, but do I want... If I marry somebody, innit, what's the fucking point? Like... I want to actually be with this person for life. So why? What's the point of just picking a random person?
No, but it's not a random person. If you're being intentional, you're saying, okay, this person I can stay with for the rest of my life. Ideally, that's what you would want. But if you're intentional, then you're picking that person and saying, I'm going to do that. That's your choice. That's your choice. It's not something...
And you think you're intentional right now?
I'm trying to be, and I will be.
Fingers crossed.
But you have to meet people. And I will say it is hard to meet people. I feel like the climate of London is not conducive to like meeting people easily at the moment. I don't know how everybody else is finding it, but my life is like, I'll go home, work, gym, home, work.
Been on Hinge?
Sorry?
Have you been on Hinge?
Yeah.
How was that? How was that to you?
The pits.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did they not put you on the stand-up page?
Well... You get the roses through, but then it's like, they call it rose jail because you can't get the people. People are going to see you in there, but they're not going to send you a rose because rose costs money. You got one rose and you're sending it out to one person, or you got to buy more.
Uh-huh.
So you're not going to get the people who are your standards. But anyway, I was looking at some tips and tricks, and they said X out all the people in your rose list so that they just put them back into Gen Pop and put them in your feed so you can like them.
Have you been on Hinge this year?
No.
Okay, why did you decide to come off, Mrs. Intentional?
I want to meet someone outside.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to meet someone outside.
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
Now, one thing that I definitely wanted to speak to you about coming on here was you've got a quite interesting story that I find it interesting. I probably find it more interesting than most people.
Yeah.
But the fact that you were working in China and you came back because of COVID. So you were working in China as COVID hit, the coronavirus happened, and apparently it started in China. And you had to flee the country.
So actually, correction, I didn't come back because of COVID.
Uh-huh.
I came back during COVID.
Okay.
But before the COVID outbreak, I was going to come home because I had been there for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But best experience of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was there for 3 years. I went in 2017 and then came back.
You sure? Oh yeah, it was 2017. Okay, yeah.
Came back 2020. So that's like 5 years ago now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's definitely been ages, isn't
Doesn't
it?
feel like it though.
Yeah, it feels hella quick.
Yeah, time is flying. But best 3 years, like it's made me as a person in terms of like what my outlook is, how I interact with people, what I feel like my options are for the future. Because I mean, as a teacher, like I went into teaching because I didn't know what I really wanted to do, let's say. And my obviously background, my mum's an educator as well. So she was like, just do teaching. You'll always have something to fall back on. You can travel. You can, it's a professional qualification, whatever. And yeah, it got me to travel. If I ever want to go abroad, sometimes I do look. I'm like, oh, shall I go to Cayman Islands? Shall I go to Bahamas?
Well, and teach there for a bit.
Yeah, Mexico City. It literally can take you anywhere. And I recommend people do it. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, teachers' salaries, I mean, they're comparable with like some public sector, I guess. But you get the holidays, but you also get the opportunity to get a package to move you to a different country, which is what I got.
And usually with accommodation as well, sorted and stuff.
So before I got the job, obviously my family had the nursery, so I had done an early years initial teacher training qualification.
Did you actually do it, or did your mum just say you did it?
No, I worked for that. I wrote essays on the beach in Jamaica.
Okay.
To get that.
That doesn't sound that bad. Then again, that sounds unbearable though.
Yeah.
To write an essay on a beach in Jamaica.
Awful, but I had to do it to meet the deadline.
Sorry, I don't know why, but via laptop. You with a laptop?
I think it was an iPad.
Okay.
Might have been.
You using notes on the iPad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how serious it is. But it got me the qualification and it gave me a little change as well. And off the back of that, I went to China to teach early years, which is not my original qualification because I got secondary ICT. So,
funny enough, my brother does that.
What?
My brother, I think he's an educator in Spain, ICT as well.
See, look, it takes you places. So I started applying, got the interview. I had an interview for 2 schools. And one of them, like, I just knew it wasn't a right fit. The other one, I was like, this is cool. Anyway, let me see what the salary's saying. So I was like, I'll let them take me. Because I think I had like maybe 2 or 3 years of teaching under my belt. So it wasn't a high salary. But I was like, I want to push the salary. When I got the salary back, it was like so much more than what I would have wanted or what I would have even asked for. I was like...
Was it like tax-free or something?
It's not tax-free. They had like 20% tax or something.
Okay, cool. That's all right then, I guess.
Then they pay for your phone bill, they pay for your accommodation, they give you a flight allowance to come.
Ooh, what was the flight allowance?
It was the cost of a ticket. So I would always just get premium economy. I think it was like 1,500, I think.
Okay, per term?
Once a year.
Oh, once a year, okay.
So most people would use it at Christmas. Yeah, most people use that at Christmas, and then summer ones you just...
Return ticket, basically.
Return ticket.
Okay.
But yeah, so you book your premium or your whatever ticket. That's all paid for. They do all your visa. Well, my school that I was at did all the visa arrangements for you. And they relocate you. It was such a good experience. And you live that expat lifestyle. People can't understand how carefree that lifestyle is.
Explain.
When I came back, I had a reverse culture shock because I was like, this is suffering. This is like, I have to manage my bills. I've got to you know, like it's not a carefree sun is in sight, like type vibe. We got to actually think about what we're doing here. You got to check your bank account as well, which you just wouldn't do, because if everything's being paid for you and you're getting paid, which of course capitalism, the local workers are not getting paid as much as us, but you're getting paid a lot. You barely spend a fraction. I was able to save like 2/3 of my salary.
Oh, right.
Yeah, per month. And
why did you want to come back if it wasn't...
So I wanted to come back. First thing was I wanted a bit of progression. Number two, I kind of felt like I was going a bit, like it was a bit mind-numbing working with the early years kids. I loved them.
Oh, because they're not really communicating with you.
Yeah, even though I got my level 3 Chinese, whatever, 3-year-old Chinese, if you want to call it that. But it was not stimulating enough. So I said, I need to go and do something more stimulating. So I was thinking of leaving teaching, whatever. And also I was like, I miss my family. It's far. It's far. It was 13 hours one way, 11 hours the other way. And
what? Oh, okay, yeah.
And then you go with the direction. Anyway, it works out that it's a really long journey. And I thought that was just...
Was it direct as well, though?
Direct.
Okay.
And also, I was like, I need to have a family. I need to date. This is 5 years ago.
You were dating people in China, though?
Yeah.
Wow, okay, what? This part can't come out?
It was. It can.
Did you date a Chinese guy?
Did I date a Chinese guy? No. However, at the end of the time that I was there, I did look into it. Like, I tried to go on their apps. But you have to obviously communicate with them in Chinese because they don't speak English.
Oh, okay.
And, or many of them don't speak English. And their culture is quite different. So I know, like, my friends, like Black American girls, they all had, like, Chinese boyfriends.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it was common, but they worked for it in the sense that they spoke the language. They were very much attuned to the culture. Whereas I was in my little expat bubble.
Oh, okay. So then you had to speak, was it Mandarin?
Yeah, fluently, pretty much.
Wow. And they learned it?
Yeah, but they had learnt it from school.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Apparently, do you know what happened was early on in my life, I heard that Mandarin is the hardest language in the world to learn. So because of that, I didn't even try to even think about learning it.
Yeah, do you know what's crazy about that? Like, I remember it's a pictorial language. So
what does that mean? Oh, yeah, pictorial.
Yeah, it's like the images that represent the meaning or like the sound. But I was like, this is a lot because you got like 500 characters that would represent the words that you need just to have basic conversation. That's a lot. However, when you speak it, it doesn't seem that complex. The way that they put words together, it's not that complex.
So what, do you feel like, what level are you at?
No, I would say below basic now.
Okay.
Because if you don't use it, you lose it. So I had conversational, like, taxi driver, go left, go right, where you from? I've got like the shopping centre one where it's like, how much is this? Like, you make it cheaper.
And you can understand them and stuff.
And I can understand when they respond.
Okay.
And then I've got the stuff that the kids would ask you, like kid language. Like,
you speak baby Chinese,
exactly. Yeah. How's the weather? The songs as well, because I used to have Mandarin lessons every day. So I'll be singing the songs with them and learning my Mandarin that way. So I always say that I speak Mandarin like a 3-year-old if I can.
Wait.
That's who I learned it from.
Yeah, why... As in, it seems normal for you to go into owning a nursery as well. What would stop you from owning?
I might.
Ooh.
I would. But
if you do that, I want to be involved.
You want to?
I'd be involved.
Really?
100%. 100%. Yeah, 100%.
No, I would do it. But it's a labor of love. It is like, honestly, as I said, the staffing, the margins, unless you've got like a nursery with 60 kids in it. We used to call our nursery a boutique nursery because it wasn't that sort of numbers. But unless you've got that kind of battery farm nursery, it's not really that financially viable. Like, you can get your cash flow, but you're probably going to turn over like, 150K, 200K maybe. But then you're going to still pay out all your business rates, your staffing, your insurance, all of that stuff, food. I
feel like I'll be able to market a nursery because I feel like it's a service that everybody needs.
You do need it. And it is nice. It is fun. And it's not that hard, but it's highly regulated. That's another thing. The regulation and offset.
But that's kind of good. It's good and bad. Good, because obviously as somebody that wants children, it's nice to know that there's something, But obviously it sounds like, hearing from these girls, it sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, the regulation's too much.
Especially believe a child. You have to believe everything a child says as well.
No, you do. And not even just the whistleblowing. It's like, if you don't have your nursery and you don't cross all your I's, dot all your T's, Ofsted will come at the drop of a hat and deem your nursery requires improvement. I don't know if they've changed it now, but they're going to deem it to the point where people might not even want to go there. And that's now your livelihood. As I said, I had sleepless nights. I remember sitting in my car like, oh my God, I've got paperwork to organise so that we can, if Ofsted come tomorrow, that... It's a lot.
And would they come like randomly as well?
They could, if somebody calls them with a complaint, they could come. But when you're due for an inspection, they will just call you and be like, we're coming tomorrow.
Fucking hell, man.
Which is like every 3 to 5 years at the time. That's
fucking hell, that is long.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of, do you reckon, what's the biggest trauma you reckon you've experienced?
Oh, the biggest trauma.
Yeah. Because I don't think I know, obviously, as human beings, I feel like we all go through shit, innit?
Yeah.
Like, what do you reckon your biggest one is? I remember funny enough, the last time I asked you what the last time you cried was, I think you had your stepdad do something in your house and you didn't like it or something. Like, it was like building works and you didn't like it.
Was this 2020 when I was doing my reno?
Yeah, it was that period. And you told me that you cried that time, innit? Yeah.
See, look, I'm a compartmentalizer. That's how I get through life, right? I'm not saying that anyone else should do this, but that you gotta forget some things because that whole renovation of the house that I bought after coming back from China, it was.
What did you buy with the money you saved?
I bought it with the money I saved.
Oh, that's fucking sick, man.
Yeah.
Or do you not come back from, because I know, like, my other friend, the one that opened the nursery, she saved money from being in Dubai, came back, opened up a nursery and bought as well, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you can do with your money because you're not spending it on anything because they're paying for your accommodation.
Everything else, yeah.
Food. You get lunches at work.
Fucking hell. But yeah, what was I talking about before?
My trauma.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't like to think about traumas. And I feel like if it's a real trauma, I couldn't tell the world.
Because, facts.
You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where I'm probably still processing. But I feel like you got to just keep your head up. Even with trauma, you can't make a big deal out of it. You have to just keep going.
But you've been through some shit, you reckon?
I wouldn't say, when I hear some people's stories, I'm a TikTok scroller, right? When you hear people's stories of their lives and what they've been through, I think I've had a relatively easy life. I feel like, luckily, my mum did a great job with us. Like, she gave us a really good childhood. I love my childhood. Me and my sister, like, we just grew up watching Out of the Box and, like, doing arts and crafts and stuff and going to the park and painting. But traumas... Yeah, we're from a broken home, I guess. Like, our mum wasn't with our dad from when we were very little.
Do you know your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't talk to him.
Right.
Yeah.
I just lost my dad recently.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's calm, innit? Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I don't even, you know what's crazy? That's why I don't even really like saying anything to people, because I don't even like any of the reactions I receive back from it. But as in... It's a thing that happens in life, innit? So
it does happen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But I was saying that. I think I'm fine. I'm fine. I think I'm all right. But obviously, it's kind of like brand new, like a month ago.
No way.
So it's kind of brand new. So I haven't broken down like fully yet.
Yeah.
But I might know to process. Okay. You smell nice.
Thank you.
What is that?
That's the only reason why I came over here, so you can smell me. No, I'm sorry to hear that. That's.
But I say that to say, in terms of, now, obviously, death is inevitable, innit?
Yeah.
Now, if your dad was to pass today, how would you feel, you reckon?
I don't think we should have this conversation because you've just lost a parent.
I know, I'm happy with it. As long as I'm happy with it, that's fine, man. I'm happy to have this conversation.
I think it's sad to say, but I lost my dad's mum and I didn't really have a relationship with her. But I did meet her and stuff and asked her, like, even my friends got to meet her, but we didn't really have a sustained relationship over time. And when she passed, I grieved her because I didn't have a relationship with her. And I feel like it will be the same with my dad. I'll grieve him because I didn't have a significant relationship with him. And obviously I respect her, so I'm not going to say, like, you know, what I think, all this stuff, but I just think it's sad because of what could have been and what I didn't have.
Well, is he trying to have a relationship with you?
I mean... As
a girl, your vibe's going to be, well, it's not enough, isn't it? Because if you wanted to, you would.
Exactly. It's complex. And I feel like you know, we throw these words like narcissist, mental illness, and all of these stuff around. But like, we don't know the reasons why people do stuff. And that's not for us to question. But I'm not carrying in my adult life like resentment or anything. But if he was to pass, I don't know how I would feel.
We feel there'll be like a degree of regret. I feel like there naturally always will be.
Regret for me, but as I said, I will grieve the fact that we weren't, like, it could have been
it's sad that it wasn't so beautiful.
Some of my friends got amazing dads and I just watched them with their dads and I'm like, oh my God, dad is so
I can't do that, yeah.
Like, your dad is so there for you. Your dad, oh my gosh, he helped you fix your car. Oh my gosh. You know, like, I don't have that stuff, and that is painful. So if he passes, I'm like, what am I grieving? I'm not grieving the man. I'm grieving what should have been, but then that's a different type of grieving. You
know, it's funny because my brother and my dad didn't have a great relationship.
Really?
But in terms of, and we kind of navigated our relationship with our dad quite differently. Well, my vibe was always of basically being comfortable that if the guy was to die, for selfish reasons, just to make sure that I would be mentally okay with how I was standing. So I kind of navigated mine and my dad's relationship like that.
Yeah.
To the point where I think that's why I'm doing all right. Now my brother, he was on a vibe of like, almost like they were at odds.
Yeah.
And so when my dad died, and then we had to do those speeches at the funeral and stuff, innit? My brother broke down, innit? And he didn't understand why he broke down. Because he said, because the outside looking in, it's like, oh my days, people are going to think, oh my God, oh, I love this man so much. That's why I couldn't handle it.
So wait, internally he's fuming?
Well, he's kind of pissed because it's like, no, this is not the vibe that I should be having, innit? Like, and it's like, I don't know, maybe he feels like people are going to get the wrong idea of what their relationship was.
Yeah.
The fact that he was crying like that. But so certain times, the not having the relationship makes you grieve harder because there's a bit of regret there. Yeah. There's a bit of, like you said, oh, it's a shame that it wasn't like better, innit? Yeah.
This, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
And now there's no chance of it ever.
Wait, do you feel like who's like the main male figure in your life, you reckon? If shit goes, you ain't got...
No.
Oh, wow. No. How does that feel like?
Not great, but if that's how it's always been, if anything goes wrong, I call my mum.
Okay.
As I said, my mum is very much like, can do, I'll do this, like, let's go. She's got every problem solved.
Do you feel protected?
Yeah.
I mean, like say, bang, 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 bang on your door. Like,
yeah.
Do you feel like there's men that look out for you?
I would say there are men that I guess that I could call, but there's no one that I could depend on and be like, this has happened, like, I don't feel safe, which I don't know what that feels like because that's never been something I've had.
I don't know, maybe there's girls even with fathers that are active that still don't feel that way. You know, our parents are kind of like older now anyway, so it's not like they really fight people.
No, but there are good dads. There are good dads. And that's another thing. When I'm dating now, I put aside a lot of stuff that maybe when I was younger. Actually, as I said, I never was shallow or whatever, but I put aside a lot of stuff because I'm like, I need to focus on, are you going to be a good dad? Because that's the only thing that matters to me, because what I don't want is for my kids to go through what I went through with a quote-unquote absent father, or father who has remarried or whatever. So I just think that's my priority. I have a duty to my kids to not...
But in saying that, obviously we don't know the reason why. Well, you know the reason why. I'm saying I don't know the reason why your parents were at loggerheads.
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
Now, in terms of one thing about you as well is you had a talk show before.
Yeah.
Remy and Co. I was on it.
So you were?
Yeah, I was on it.
You were grilling me.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hard for me to sit in that receptive chair right now, because I'm like, I should be going at you. But...
Yeah. So what? Is that still like a passion of yours?
No, but we did talk about it the other day because producer Wills, who was producing the show, I'm still quite close with. We talk. He actually lives literally around the corner.
Oh, okay.
So he was like, "Oh, you and Remy need to get back on it," and you know Eric as well. Do you know Eric?
Which Eric?
Blue Story.
Oh yeah, come on, man. Yeah, Kwame's
so
cousin.
He was like, "Oh, you and Remy need to get back on it."
What? He remembers that as well.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So he was like, "You need to get back on it." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Do we have the time?" The reason why we stopped is because I was starting my teaching qualification and Remy just had her son, who's now in like, what, year 8, year 7, year 8.
Wow.
So, but we were thinking about it literally this year. We were like, should we not?
Do you guys link up for lunch?
Oh, we just meet up randomly.
How randomly? How frequently?
Maybe once a month, once every other month, maybe. But we're very close. Like,
Yeah, so
I call her crying.
that's why you should do it, you see? Because all you need to do is just replace those dinners or just make it on the same day as you do it and then just make it feed into your normal life and then you can do it, do it again.
Because our podcast format...
Oh, shit, it was a podcast.
It was a podcast and we had a whole format. That's like the format of like...
Yeah.
Podcast before it was even like...
Yeah, facts. I don't think the word podcast probably didn't even exist then. I don't know. Maybe it would have been on your Apple phone because I remember seeing the word about, but it wasn't.
Because it was on like, iPods themselves. But like the way we had our segments, we had like the song of the week or whatever. Poor Minds, which is one of my favourite podcasts now.
Oh, shit. Yeah, one of those girls is beautiful.
Drea.
Probably, yeah. She went to prison or something one time, innit? Yeah, I think I heard her say it one time. She's sexy as fuck.
Yeah, she's pretty. Is it Drea?
I think so. Sounds about her.
Yeah. It's Drea. Anyway.
Poor Minds, yeah.
Yeah, their format is very similar. They remind me of so much of me and Remy, that Remy and Coco show. But then I feel like the things... Online is very different to online of old. Like, I feel like you could have... to a degree, a separation between your personal life and your online life back then. It's highly unlikely maybe someone will find your radio station because we were putting it on, what was it, Mixcloud or something, online radio, and then no one's going to find that. Now, your content, you've got to market it. That's going to pop up on everyone's feed. Your personal life, your personal brand, your online, whatever you put online, that connects back to you. And I don't know how I can do that and have my career as a...
Yeah, just stay away from... try and stay away from...
It's going to be highly censored, isn't it?
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Like, do you feel as though you'll say anything too controversial?
No. And also, I realise as well, maybe I'm not cut out for this online stuff because I don't want people to come and tell me what my opinion is and this and that. Like, I really don't have to hear what anyone has to say.
Oh, Lord.
I really don't want that. So that's another thing. So I don't know. I feel like I could, and that would be nice. But I think maybe if I'm going to do something, it might look a little bit different. I would be a host. I think I should get back into hosting. But whether it's like my own podcast, I love it.
Oh, by the way, I thought about you the other day because I remember at one point you wanted to do voice acting.
Yes, I was doing that on Fiverr. I was getting gigs. Yeah.
You was getting gigs?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I made some money.
Is it? How much?
Yeah. Well, I can't remember at the time. I'll have to go on the phone.
That's a vibe. So
clients, repeat clients even.
That is sick.
Yeah.
What? Because I remember when you did it. But anyway, I know a guy, basically, he put out an audio movie or something during COVID. And then it actually got picked up and turned into an actual movie.
No way.
But he was releasing audio stories.
Yeah.
So I can just send your, because you've got basically a show reel now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can send him your stuff and then he'll definitely use you for something.
Let me reactivate my Fiverr account. Yeah. My job got really busy and I had to put that on pause. I'll put my Fiverr back up and I'll send you the link.
Well, how hard is the work for you to do?
It's not that hard. But do you know what it is? You might think that your voice is nice. But is it what the client wants? There was some times where I recorded it and they're like, oh, it sounds a bit flat. And I'm like, no, I have to record it again. But I don't know how I could get more like range in this. It's hard. Like, it's not easy. But
well, what made you decide that this was even a thing that was possible to do?
Because people would say to me, oh, you've got like
a nice voice.
Yeah, your voice is nice. It sounds, do you sing? Stuff like that.
Do you?
I used to.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, me and you.
I used to sing with Remy. And we did a duet.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, Incomplete.
Yeah.
Which is one of my go-to karaoke songs now.
We did a really good
one. Absolutely. Yeah. So anytime someone asks me to do karaoke, it has to be Incomplete. Because I know it like fully. Have you still got a video? It has to be somewhere.
Someone's got the video.
Yeah, someone has to have it.
There were a lot of us there that day, so someone's got it somewhere.
Yeah, I'll be sick. I'll cut it up and put it here.
Yeah, you should see who's got it.
Okay, wait. So what would be your dream job? Yeah, you reckon?
My dream job. I still want to be a stay-at-home mum. You know, I wanted to be...
Yeah.
When I was younger, I just wanted to be a stay-at-home mum. I thought I was going to have kids at 23. Just be a stay-at-home mum.
So what are the requirements for that then, you reckon?
What, being a stay-at-home
Yeah.
mum? See, if I'm a stay-at-home mum, that means that then I can just pursue all my creative passion, which would be like painting, sewing.
You like to paint?
I like to sew more than I paint.
Okay.
But paint, I like to do for expression purposes. I'm not a good artist by any means. I didn't even do art GCSE. But for the expression and the creativity, yes. I'll have like a little mini business. I'll do some, you know, I don't know, maybe open a little cafe or a shop. Like...
Does he have to be filthy rich in order for you to do this?
I think so.
So you're not willing to basically live beneath a certain means, because technically, if everyone just lowers their expectations and you guys just live in like Warsaw somewhere, and then he gets paid, I don't know, like say 40,000, and you're staying at home, but everything is small.
I'm a humble person. I personally don't think, maybe not Warsaw. Let's just say that straight up. But as long as the salary is provided for the basic needs, and you can, you know, go on a holiday or two a year and thrive, like your kids don't need for anything. If you want to buy something for them, then that's fine. Then that's fine. It doesn't have to be.
But wouldn't part of you be thinking, now, this guy's making X amount. Okay, it's all right. Everything is provided for.
Yeah.
But you know also that you have earned potential yourself. And you because you've worked, you'll be like, I know that.
But then you start to use your ingenuity to then start making certain things. Because of course, like, I'm a qualified teacher. I could do online tutoring. I can make resources, sell them online. You're not going to be sitting at home and doing nothing. But as I said, my dream was to, you know, have the little kids and then like do the little mum stuff, go to the car boot sale and stuff, and do the summer fair.
That was your dream. That's hilarious.
Yay. Yeah.
I remember, and you're very consistent with this, because I remember you always told me that your vibe was, even though you bought a house, your vibe is that you are moving into somebody's house.
I still maintain that. But these days, I'm dating for finance.
Okay,
so I will move someone in so we can split bills. Please. I just want to half it.
Okay. Oh, you'll let a guy move in?
And he can pay half my mortgage, half my bill.
Now, how would you feel about, as in, because in those situations, you know, you could be a victim of, look at you. You could be a victim of a guy sponging off of you.
What do you mean?
As
like
in,
he's earning so much more than me. But
no. He's sponging off of you, as in that this guy is basically earning nothing, but he's living in your house.
But why would I be with someone who's earning nothing?
Well, no, he's making enough money, but I don't know, maybe he loses his job or something, and now he's staying in your house.
The responsibility is on me.
And it's your mortgage, and he's like, you know what, I haven't got the money right now, but I'll pay you in 3 months. And it just keeps on happening.
It's cause a relationship breakdown within the 3 months, because if you're not, and all right, now I'm at conflict, I'm at odds with myself.
Yeah.
You know? Yes, there may be a relationship breakdown, because if you're not doing all you can to get back out there, go drive Uber, do something, right, to make money, because you don't want it all to be on me, right? Secondly, I'm not someone who will be like, oh, you've lost your job, this is the end of the world, we can't be together. No, but once again, your character prevails. Like, are you going to be the person that's like, nah, I can't sit here and have her paying for everything? Guess what? I'm someone that believes that, this is probably why I'm single. I'm someone that believes that if you do certain things to me, that means you hate me. That literally means...
Like what? Name those things.
You hate
me.
Like if you see me waking up, you're laying in bed and you see me waking up and going to work every day, and I come back tired and you're doing jack all. Clearly that means you hate me. You're looking at me and saying, go on, go to work.
That is so funny.
Provide
because
for me.
When girls say that you hate, I always find that hilarious. It's like, oh, you clearly hate me.
There's other things as well, but it's more trivial. Like, if you don't walk behind me or you walk in front of me. If you walk in front of me, you don't care that I'm alive even.
That means you hate me.
You don't, it's worse than that, really.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. So...
Yeah.
But yeah, so yes, are you ever afraid of that sort of thing happening? Or you reckon you'll be able to detect when someone is basically taking advantage?
I think so. And I feel like you need to, as a woman, if you're, as I said, I don't think I'm like super successful, whatever, but I'm living a reasonable life. If I get with someone, they can't lower my standard of living. And I'm watching because I'm a generous person by nature. That's the way I've been brought up. Like, you just give, like, if we're together, I'll get this. No, it's fine. It's not about, oh, man should pay for everything. Which, Tori, she's like, you better just put your card away. Like, she's like, Kristin, like, don't. But for me, I don't mind because that's my nature. I would do that for anybody. And if we're quote unquote friends first, then it's fine. But if I see in your character that you're not generous, that you're manipulative, that you're not wanting to put anything into the pot, but you're living off and wanting to do all of this stuff, clearly then I'm an idiot because what am I sitting here for? Well,
that's funny, man. That's why love is such a funny thing, isn't it? Because like you clearly got your wits about you. You clearly have common sense.
Yeah.
But when love is entered into the chat, girls lose their minds.
No. I'm not like that. And I think I'm even getting more 2020 vision with this whole thing as well.
Which of
Talking about 2020.
Oh, that, okay.
Did you know I had eye surgery? We'll come back to that later.
No.
Yeah. I'm getting more 2020 vision in terms of seeing people for who they are. Like, I just feel like...
Was this metaphorical eye surgery or an actual?
No, I had actual eye surgery.
Okay, yeah.
But we'll come back to it. You got to see people... You can't see through people through rose-tinted glasses. And one benefit of being from a single-person household where my mum, she remarried, whatever... I feel like you could get up and go and life continues. You don't have to stay in a bad situation. Don't stay in a bad situation, in fact. And I don't think I would. I feel like I would leave. But that makes me have the wits about me to say, all right, I'm spotting something. Let me keep an eye on it. Let me give benefit of the doubt. Okay, it doesn't work. We're done now. That's it. Let's keep a clean break and we go. Because I see some people, Dammy, I don't know. You got male friends, so you must know about... the guys that hate their wives, right?
What do you mean they hate their wives, though?
Sorry, Money Man laughed.
Yeah.
You must know about that, right?
What's that?
You don't know about the guys that hate their wives when you lot are on your lads trip and then you come back and he's sad on the last day.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if they hate their wives. Sometimes they hate their lives.
It's a phase.
They hate their lives and like they're enjoying their time with their boys. Yeah,
it is being with a man who hates me because I've experienced the switch up that men can do, and that is frightening. So,
but is it hating you per se?
Absolutely.
Maybe they just don't like the conditions that you put them in. No, you put them in. That life has put them in.
That's their business.
But it's not hating you.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
You got to be happy with leaving, I think. But that's not to say you don't build. And people probably might say, oh, that's why she's single. I don't know. I'd rather wake up and do a starfish in my bed and feel happy, roll over to one side, knowing that I don't have a man who hates me, that's breathing and can't even look at me in the morning because he actually hates me, like genuinely.
Oh, wow.
And I've then had kids for him as well. Like, there's balance. And this is why I don't want anything that's not for me. I'll take my time and I won't push it.
Yeah, facts. Because you know they say, what was it? Even though there's girls having children, like, well within their 40s and stuff, isn't it? Is that fair? Do you fear not having children?
I do. Someone asked me the other day. Actually, it was my mum. She asked me.
Yeah.
She was like, if you don't have children, would you adopt? And I said, I don't think I would adopt. I don't think I would. And I'm not saying that, but I think adoption is a really noble thing to do. I think people who adopt are fantastic because that child needed you. And you love them like they're your own. But for me, I'm like, I'll help. I'm sure there's going to be kids that I come across, family, friends, that I will need to help and step in for and give respite to. I'll just do it that way. And when I'm not, catch me in the Alps or catch me in wherever, like the Bahamas. Catch me somewhere nice. I don't think I would then do that to kind of fill that void of not having kids. But I do want kids. I do want kids.
Okay. Well, have you considered freezing eggs and stuff?
Yeah, and I had a friend who did that. But I don't... Okay. And he said, let me ask you, what would you do?
What I do?
No, I don't. Yeah. But put yourself in the shoes of me. I'm 34, going to be 35. this would be a great time to freeze eggs. They last they say, 10 years, you want to use them within 10 years. At 44, I probably might still, because I'm Black, might still be able to have kids, right? But would I want to have kids by myself at 44 or 45 or whenever?
Oh, why would it be by yourself?
That's assuming I don't have someone. But then if I do, then maybe I can have them naturally or with IVF.
But I'm saying, yeah, so what's the option? How would you have them by yourself?
How would I have them by myself? I meet someone, I marry someone, and I have the kids with them naturally.
Yeah, okay, but that's with somebody, not by yourself, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine. But then I'm like, a lot of people they'll freeze their eggs and then they'll go and have a sperm donor 10 years later.
Yeah, that's
which I don't feel I would do. So for me, I'm like, I don't know. If the window of opportunity passes, I don't know if I would then...
Yeah, I wouldn't get... Well, I would frown upon a sperm donor, to be honest.
Really?
I'll frown upon it.
But what about a friend's baby?
A friend's baby? What's that?
I really like the idea of a friend's baby, but...
What does that mean?
So it's where you have a baby with your friend and you co-parent the baby with your friend.
But did you fuck for real?
I don't know. It depends on what you and your friend agree.
Yeah, you have to fuck for real. That is ridiculous, isn't it?
You don't have to.
Yes, you do. What? So you and your friend have a baby just by taking his sperm your egg, and then you're raising a child together. You didn't even get to fuck. That just seems...
No, it can work.
That just seems backwards.
I think it can work. I would consider a friend's baby before I'd consider a sperm donor.
Yeah, but a friend's baby without any intimacy.
It depends who the friend is. Well,
What?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
What? No, that is bizarre. Okay, why wouldn't you want to touch him? You would have his child, yeah, but you don't want to have any intimacy with him.
You wouldn't touch him because he's your friend, and that would be great.
But you're having his baby, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's just DNA.
This part I'm clipping out. I'm 100% clipping this out. That is absurd. So you'll consider a friend baby.
Yes, but not a sperm donor.
But you wouldn't. But you're also considering not actually sleeping with this friend.
You never know.
That's mental.
You never know. It could just be a quick little juke.
Okay, cool. But it's like at that point, it almost seems like it's kind of a crash out.
Works. Friend's baby works. I think that works. I feel like that's more of a viable option because what you don't want is for your kid to then be like, I have no dad.
Okay, but why not just get in a relationship with your friend?
Because you're friends.
But you'll be mother and father. You'll both have a child with somebody.
Yeah. They're your good friend, by the way.
Okay. Let's break down this concept.
Would you not?
Wait, so then if they was to have a child with someone else, that's cool with you.
But it's a friend's baby, so there's no relationship. They're just friends.
Cool.
Yeah. It would have to be.
And then you're gonna raise children like Willow Smith and Jaden Smith.
Wait, why?
Yeah, because it's like your parents. You don't understand no intimacy between your parents. They're just coexisting.
But this is why I don't think I would do any. Ideally, I would just let the shit pass because I wouldn't want to give my child any sort of stance about this is what family is or isn't. I would want them to have what I deem to be the best start, which is, you have your mum, you have your dad, you have a stable home. Mm-hmm. I work in the private sector now. I work at a private school. So is
it? Oh, wow.
So I see what stability can do.
Mm-hmm.
I see what stability can do. Like there are kids and they're exceptional pianists and they are, they've got their hobbies. They're building computers with their dad and, their dad takes them to, I don't know, wherever he has to work and then they go and travel for a month or whatever. But it's just stability and the way that they talk about that and the things that they can do, the way that they thrive in that, I wouldn't want to not give that to my kid. That's why I'm saying that. I don't think, even I'm saying friends, baby, I'm probably not going to do that. It's highly unlikely that I would do that because in my opinion, as I said, my duty is to my kids to find them a good dad. Yeah. They need a good dad. Otherwise, you're not coming to existence. Me and my sisters, you can cut this bit out.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
But I don't know. As I said, my duty is to find my kids an excellent dad. I will even look aside. I'll be like, do you know what? We don't even vibe that much.
We know there's some excellent dads that are just not with their children.
What do you mean?
As in, they would be excellent dads if the conditions allow them to be excellent dads.
What do you mean?
Like but this is hypothetically speaking.
Excellent dad. You're going to be an excellent dad.
No, but say if your wife the woman is not allowing you to be one.
How can she not? Now I'm being just deliberately.
Yeah, no facts. But she can be like, oh, for instance, say if you're an excellent dad, but you're just not a dickhead. Yeah. And she's like, oh, basically, she finds out that he decides he doesn't want to be with you no more because you're just a crazy woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are crazy women.
Mm-hmm.
Sad situation. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Sad.
So now he's an excellent dad, but she's crazy, and to protect his mental health, he can't be around her. He wants to see his children. But he tries to go via the courts or something. But she's making his life a living hell.
Yeah, he's going to have to do something in his life to rectify that somewhere down the line. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes with those people...
What about excellent dad, but shit husband?
Yeah, girls ain't having that, boy.
Okay, this can't come out.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. I will overlook certain things. If you're a great dad, like you love your kids, if I know that you love your kids, we can have an open marriage.
An open marriage? Are you down for that?
I don't need to be with you. We can perform this for the kids. Like, it's not...
Are you actually down for that?
No.
Okay.
Not. But the point is, the pinnacle of my responsibility lies with me finding my kids a good dad.
Okay, what about, I've noticed this, isn't it? Because that's all good and well. You want your children to have a great father. What are you doing for your own happiness?
For my own?
Yeah. Because everything seems to be about your kids that are not even here no more.
Yeah, well, they're not here.
I mean, no, you're here right now. I'm sorry. God forbid, yeah.
They never existed, right? What am I doing for...
Do you prioritize your own happiness?
I do, but the thing is, I realize you can't, like... Being in a relationship is supplementary to your happiness, because I feel like a lot of people...
You think so?
I think it should be supplementary. You see my stories. I'm here one day, I'm doing something another day, I'm going to a gun range on Tuesday. Like, there's a lot of things going on, and I try to keep my friendships where it's like, we go out, we meet up, we chill. My life solely doesn't rotate around me being with my romantic partner. And it shouldn't be for me.
Maybe it should.
Maybe it should. But that's a lot of risk also.
Yeah, but also with your friends, there's a lot of risk just leaving it with them.
No, but you can, like, you got lots of friends.
Yeah, but if they have situations, then it's one of those ones.
Yeah,
you're kind of just scheduling in with them.
I've seen that before. This can't come out.
Yeah.
This bit can't come out. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
When I came back from China, she was just not vibing with me at all. The youngest.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, this is my sister, my baby sister. What the hell's going on? My mum was like, oh, you got to talk to her. You've got to, just try to be there for her.
What's the age difference?
I was talking to 11 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So then she was like, afterwards, she was like, yeah, because you just left me. And then I was just like, oh my God, we've got the best relationship now. She stayed at my house in the week.
Oh, wow.
But I was just like, this relationship has changed. They're much closer. But that's what happens when you're apart. You grow distant.
How old is it? Wait, so she's 20... No way. 23. Lord.
I know.
Wow. Lord.
I know.
Has she got a boyfriend?
She's dating.
Oh my God. That little baby's dating.
She's so beautiful. She's so beautiful. She's so beautiful.
Anyone that will come from your mum.
I'm like, you need to do the best in life. You need to aspire. You need to get this guy. You need to have this job. And I just keep inspiring her. So try to keep her on the straight and narrow.
Fucking hell, man. Yeah, that's sad, man. Well, have you had like a friendship to like break down before? Because all the girls I know that you seem to still be pretty cool with them.
There have been girls that I've stopped talking to.
Whose fault was it?
One of them was business.
Okay.
One of them we just grew apart. One of them was crazy.
Let me hear the crazy one.
She was legitimately crazy. I think at my my 23rd or 24th birthday, we went to Clapham. Remember Aquam days?
Yeah.
Aquam. And Aquam they used to be a bit racist to us. They did. But
you have to buy a table if you're a guy, compulsory.
So she went there and she was a bit crazy. She was a bit like, she was a Jamaican girl, but she thought she was like Mrs. Bouquet. You know? What's that show, Mrs. Bouquet?
I don't know what that is though.
And she
posh.
she's low class, but she thinks she's posh.
Yeah.
And she went to the venue and she was like, oh, they were going to let me in, but I don't think they would have let your friends in, so they didn't really want to go in.
Who's your friends at the time?
My friends like Remy,
Yeah.
everybody else. So they were like, Remy was like, Kristin, go get your friend. She's like, I'm going to, whatever. Anyway, so I cut her off because it just got too crazy. And she was very, very Christian as well. And I remember something, I think, simple conversation like recycling. I was like, I recycle. She was like, why are you recycling? The world is going to hell anyway. There's nothing you can save in this world. I said, okay, time to lock this friendship off. And that was that.
Did she try and rekindle the friendship?
No, like I think I let it fizzle and then it went. But I feel, I have to say about my friendships, I have some of the best friends, and it's like, I don't have many friends, but I've been friends with them for a long time and we understand each other and we've been around each other so much that it's the same 8 people at every single one of my birthdays.
8?
It's the same 8 people and that includes my mother and my 2 sisters, right? So it's the same 5 girls.
Name them.
Tori.
Okay.
Hibbo.
Okay.
Anita.
Okay.
Tori, Hibbo, Anita. Melina.
Nina.
In Guyana.
Oh, yeah.
And me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's the 5. And then my mum and my 2 sisters. That makes the 8.
Oh, wow.
So
Coachella.
exactly.
Yeah.
But we're so like I understand each of them. I can call on them. Like we've been through stuff together, especially me and Remy. I'll say like Remy is probably my best friend. We've been through so much together since college. But I could, even if she wanted to like not be my friend, I'll be like, okay, I'll call you next year. Like I'll call her back. There's others though. Like I've got other friends along. I've got my international bestie in Peru who I met in China.
What about the Chinese girl?
Yeah, I've got one. What Chinese girl?
Those Chinese girl you did birthday celebrations with.
Yeah, Sarah.
Yeah.
I've got Sarah. I've got 2 Sarahs. One I met in China, but she's white, and another Sarah, she's Chinese. But
Yeah, that one's the one. That's the one I was trying about.
yeah, but she lives here. She's Australian, but
Well, she lives here now.
she lives here.
Oh, I assumed she was Chinese. Oh, wow.
No, she's Aussie.
Oh, wow.
But she is such an inspiration.
Why?
You can keep this in. She is an inspiration. She's like a property mogul. She had an idea and she was like, I'm going to execute it. And she executed it. And she's like,
Is that after China?
yeah, I met her. I met her through a friend that I met in China. But we've like never set foot on Chinese soil.
Yeah.
Aussie Chinese. So the 2 Sarahs, I would say, also my girls. And then, is there anyone else? Yeah. New York Jess, who's from Shanghai, and Peruvian Anna, who we just, like this. And have you heard those stories where they're like, girls hate each other when they first meet each other?
Is that
When I first met Annie, I was like, I don't know about this girl. I don't know about her at all. And then from that day onwards, we've been like best friends.
Well, why didn't you know about her?
I don't know. I can't even remember. I think it was the way she was sitting. I was just like, I don't like her. I don't know. I can't remember what it was. And then after that, we were best friends in Shanghai.
Oh, that's interesting. Girls get very, very... Have you had a fight before?
No.
Has anyone ever hit you? You've been hit before?
No.
Okay.
I think so. I fight my siblings. Like...
Oh, yeah, that doesn't
stepbrother,
count.
I used to fight with stepbrother.
Yeah, about the, what was it, your mum's man. What one for him?
Oh, yeah. This can't come out.
Yeah.
This is fresh off the press. Like...
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
I don't have...
I know, but I don't know. I just thought maybe you might want to bring one of your nursery. No. Have you got favourites in your school?
No, but I really look at... Okay, so this is a weird parallel that I've noticed about teaching different age groups. So I teach, as I mentioned to you guys, year 7 to year 13. And obviously I've taught early years. I taught early years for like 5 years, let's say, 5 years. So half my career is spent with the big ones and the little ones. Do you know who are most similar?
Yeah.
The toddlers and the sixth formers.
They're most similar?
They're the same.
How?
They're adorable. The sixth formers, they think they know everything. 3-year-olds, they think they know everything. But they don't. None of them do. So they're asking you, I'm a sixth form tutor, so They come in, they don't want to talk to me in the morning, 8 a.m. I just had my morning coffee as well. I don't even want to talk to anyone. But their attitude that they give me, you got to be made of steel to deal with it. The nursery kids, same thing. They come in, they don't even want to look at you. They're crying for their parents for 25 minutes. You got to sit with them or put them next to you or give them something that's going to appease them. Same thing. They're getting their personality at 3 years old. At 17, they're also getting their personality. Oh my gosh, you've really come into yourself now, haven't you, at 17? But there's so many similarities that I just love it. I don't know why I went down that tangent.
No, that's hilarious,
My
though.
favourite parallel of the kids that I work with.
Have you ever hated a child? By the way, obviously, this is not pertaining to your current school.
So they always
you never hated the child?
They always say their names even coming to my head. They always say hate the behaviour, not the child, which I do agree with. But there's some kids who make it so difficult for you. But I stick with you have to hate the behaviour, not the child. Because there's kids who I used to send out of my class in my current school. Now they're in an older year group. They're like, hi, miss. They stop and talk to me and have conversations.
And you like them now?
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, have you forgotten what they've done, though?
Well, as long as I got them their grade.
Have you been spat on? Like, what's been happened to you?
No, I'll give you a story, actually. Let me get my lip gloss for a second.
Okay, go sweet.
Sorry, money man. Can I get my hand back, please? It's the school that I used to work at before the one I'm at now. Let me do my lip gloss.
What time is it, money man?
It's
You must love that name, boy.
Did you choose it yourself?
No, I was handed to me.
Is it? What money were you making that they gave you that name?
It's 5:45.
5:45. Okay, cool. We'll be done in a bit.
Cool.
That's a whole
So at the school I was working at before the one I'm at now, it was, I wouldn't say...
Oh my days, that made the difference. It did something.
Did it?
Yeah. I'm not really good with noticing features and stuff, isn't it? But yeah, I can see it's done something.
A matte look before.
Oh, interesting.
Put a bit of gloss on it. Charlotte Tilbury.
Okay.
Get sponsorships.
Charlotte Tilbury.
Yeah.
Charlotte Tilbury.
Charlotte Hill.
Is she from like UK?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, she's all right. Her product.
It's like a Fenty type thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the school I worked at, it wasn't like, it was a comprehensive. So you get kids from everywhere. And I had to teach a class where it was 2 merged classes. So there were like 33 kids or 34.
That you just have to look after.
Yeah. And I'm trying to teach them business studies. Anyway, there's one girl in there. She just doesn't want to listen to me. She just categorically doesn't.
To you or anybody?
To me.
Okay.
Kristin Nelson, she doesn't want to listen to me. So I'm like, okay, we can't start the lesson because she is walking around the class.
Wait, what year group is this?
She's year 11 or something like
Lord,
that.
yeah.
She's gone to walk to one of her friends to get a mirror and she starts doing her lip gloss, standing up while I'm trying to teach the lesson. So I'm like, this is clearly unacceptable. Can you sit down?
Did you actually use that voice?
Says? Yeah, I'm like, you need to sit down. You can't stand up. Like, we're trying to get the lesson started. She's like, I don't know why she's talking to me. Like, I can't remember what she said, but she was not, you know, when people talk to you like that and they're talking about you, but they're not acknowledging you are even in the room. She's basically like, I don't know why she's talking to me. I don't like this woman. That's what she's like. That's why I don't like this woman. Told her to sit down.
No, but I'm saying before. As in, why didn't she like you already?
Obviously, it's a tete-a-tete, because every lesson you come to me and I'm trying to get you to do work, you're refusing to even listen to me. And I understand that because it's happened before in the past. I'll get to that. That's another funny story. But anyway, I radio for the SLT, for the leaders. They don't ever come. So she basically sits down and I'm carrying on the lesson like... This is just unbelievable. Anyway, they do come in the end and they remove her. But I was like, she is probably the rudest child that I've ever experienced because kids are often not rude. They're just defiant. But she was rude. Wow. She was rude directly to me.
Do you reckon you did anything to her before to make her like this? Or
I think there's children that I rub the wrong way because I'm very fixed in my rules. And once, if you yield to my rules in the first instance and I'm saying to you, okay, this is what I've got. This is how I run my class. When you come into my class, you have to stand behind your chair and then you'll sit down. Whatever.
You make them do that?
Yeah.
That's a bit authoritative. Authoritative. Yeah.
Authoritative, yeah. But it's the way that I control the classroom, and you have to have classroom.
But are you at least there on time and stuff? Like,
sorry?
Do you get there on time?
Yeah, I greet them at the door and I welcome them and say, hello, come in, stand behind your chairs. Stand behind your chairs. So you've been given the instructions. So then when I get to the front of class...
It's a mind fuck, isn't it?
It's not. It's setting the tone of the lesson.
Where did you learn that from?
When I was doing teacher training.
Oh, but they never made me do that in...
That's their choice. I don't know how some teachers teach because they're letting the kids do whatever they want. I can't navigate when things are in disorder.
So wait, so that means...
If I hear a pen click, I can't talk.
Wait, so that means when the first person comes in...
To be in your school.
Wait, so when the first person comes in, they have to stand behind their chair and wait for the last person to come in to stand behind their chair before they can sit down?
Yes.
Did you notice that your classes were starting later? Because
no, they don't. There's transition time anyway.
Oh, okay.
Before the transition ends, everybody sat.
Oh, okay.
And there's always something on the board that they can start thinking about while they're standing. But it doesn't take long. It's like a minute.
Oh, that's cool. That's it. And wait, are you the only teacher in your school that actually implements that?
There are other teachers that do it, but whenever people come to mind, they're like, oh, I like the fact that you got them to stand behind the chair. So why don't you? This is what they teach us to do. Like, for me, it's routine and kids need routine. And I find that the teachers with the best routine, you're going to get the best out of kids. Obviously, relationships are important, but if you've got your boundaries that are clear, kids know what to expect when they come into your class.
Are you a strict teacher?
I would say I'm firm but fair. I wouldn't say strict.
Because I remember there was a black teacher I hated. She was a supply teacher. Yeah. I don't even remember her name, but I just remember she was just strict for no reason and was harder on us because we were black.
No, because she wants the best out of you.
She's my supply teacher. You haven't even got that control to do that for me. So why are you behaving like this? And plus, you're a supply teacher, so you're coming in, you're making us do things like watch DVDs and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's like, yo, chill, I didn't do nothing to you. And she was Nigerian as well, I remember her. Ooh. And she was trying to do sexy in school as well. She was trying to do sexy stuff, like wearing high boots. Yeah, what's your teacher outfit like?
I have a wardrobe that I recycle, but I don't know. I'll wear a bodycon dress. I will.
Okay.
But not always, and it's always appropriate.
Okay. To you?
It's appropriate. Like there's a dress that I wear and I interviewed in that dress, so you can't tell me. If I interviewed in the dress, you can't.
But how do you feel like? Do you feel like you look sexy in it?
No, I think it's just a dress.
Okay.
But a figure is a figure, child.
Yeah, facts, isn't it? Facts. Now, obviously, you said you were going to say another funny story. Yeah, so come on, let me hear this.
Not always. Like, I understand that you interact with kids and they train us a lot, as I said. It's not hate the behaviour, not the child, or look at the behaviour, not at the child. But there are kids who are neurodivergent who they just don't like you. Like, I've got a cousin.
What do you think's worse? Girls' behaviour or boys' behaviour?
Ooh.
When girls are bad, they are awful.
But Ben, I got boys who be violent.
No, when girls are bad, they can be really disruptive. Boys can also be, but girls will, even if you're trying to resolve the situation, they're not trying to hear you. Like it's harder to get the resolution with girls. Boys, there's reasoning that can take place after, most of the time. They're like, oh, but, I was just like, I was being silly in that moment. Like, yeah, it's because I wanted to go to break, miss. Okay, fine, that's fine. But girls, you're sitting in the restorative meeting and they're not even looking at you. As I said, they're not engaging with you. There's nothing that you can do or say.
She doesn't like you, that's it. And
and also the school I'm at, I think, the girls are probably worse than the boys.
I think teachers have too much authority.
Too much? No. I think we have no authority.
Yeah, once a child clocks, there's no authority, you're fucked.
No, I don't. I think the way that things are going, and it depends on your school. Your school sounds like a very good school, money man. If that means they got you.
What school do you go to? What school is it? Kingsman. Okay, yeah.
Good school.
Well, I don't hear about being a bad school,
It's
so
not a bad school.
Yeah.
Well, it's not anymore.
Mixed.
But,
comprehensive.
But like the teachers, they want. Like, they feel you've done something wrong. You don't have, especially SLT. SLT feel you've done something wrong.
I like that.
But that's not actually.
What's SLT stand for?
Senior Leadership Team. So
Okay.
I think there needs to be a balance, but I think start firm and work your way down. It's way easier to release the reins rather than try to clutch at straws when you're trying to gain control. Sounds like your leaders at your school have really good control, but maybe not always implementing it fairly, right? Or like, yeah, they're just doing it without reason, which is not good, but at least they've got the policy.
I feel like it makes you lot seem like pussy hells if we're going to call SLT, which means you can't do nothing. That's what I'm saying. But
that's why I had to leave that last school, because I said I used to work at a school in Dulwich. It's a comprehensive school as well, but it competes with all the private schools. But apparently, like, it's a fairly notorious school. I did not have to call SLT on radio in that school, but I'm calling SLT on radio or telling them to come to my classroom in that other school. I said, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
wait, and
I don't support stuff like that.
Finish the funny story.
Okay, so
cool.
When I was training to be a teacher, I did 2 schools. One which was at a school similar to where I had to call SLT. The other one was in Norwood, comprehensive. The Norwood School. I don't know if it is a school called the Norwood School. The Norwood School, which is a normal school. Anyway, I got put with the nurture group. Do you have nurture groups in your school?
Was that like the dumb people?
No. They're not dumb.
Special needs, basically.
They have additional needs.
Okay.
Right? So I was put with the year 7 nurture group. So I go in and they're in like their own little hut. And then I'm not trying to work with the kids or whatever for the session. And one of the kids, once again, won't look at me. He's like, Miss, why are you even here? No one likes you. You might as well go home. Nobody wants you here. And I was just like...
Did you cry?
I didn't cry, even though I was young, because I went into teaching straight after uni. But I'm like, yeah, he's got autism, so clearly he just don't vibe with me.
He just speaks his mind.
Yeah, but he was right. Why was I there? Why was I in the nurture group? Like, it was so difficult.
How old is he?
Year 7, so like 11 years old.
And was he rude when he was saying it, or was he calm?
Exactly how I said it. Miss, why are you here? No one likes you. You might as well go home. I've never forgotten the words that he said to me.
Wow.
He said I should go home. He said I should leave.
And then what did you say back to him? Nothing?
I didn't say anything.
Wow.
Did
you like the child afterwards, or did you kind of resent him?
No, I didn't really go back to that nurture group.
To be fair.
I was a bit redundant, to be honest. But as I said, the kids, it's like, it's not them, it's their preferences. I love working with kids. I do.
One thing I'm going to take from this is, what was it? Hate the behaviour, not the child.
Hate the behaviour, not the child.
That's beautiful. Well, lovely for coming on, my darling.
Oh, thank you.
It's been a pleasure. What do you want afterwards? What do you want? Oh.
I don't know.
Want to go out for a drink or something?
Yeah, let's get a drink.
Yeah, sweet. Fucking beautiful. Well, thank you very much, my darling, for coming on, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Shout out Money Man. Money Man on the controls. Sweet.
But
beautiful.
No, keep it up. Keep up the good work, dummy.
Hey, beautiful.
Tell you what's changed right now. In a different field, different lane right now. Now I'm in the mud, switching lanes right now. Passive income getting paid right now. Used to roll around with sinners, bulldozers and killers. Now we focused on figures. 3-course meals for dinners. 5-star suites and villas. Now the swag hit different. Cause the bag is different.
This can't come out.